Hello everyone, I'm Kinsey Camilio and today I will be unpacking standards for you. Here's my school and grade information. I'll be teaching in a Montessori classroom for blended ages 3 to 6. Here are the objectives. If you'd like to pause the video to go over these here, you may, but I will be going over them each as I go. For Literacy Standard 1, it's from the Common Core Standards. This subject is English Language Arts and Reading Literature, and it's for kindergartners. The standard reads, with prompting and support, ask and answer questions about key details in a text. To unpack this, first I'll look at concepts, which is key details in red, skills, which is ask and answer questions in blue, and context, which is in orange, and it is in a text. The components are to ask questions about key details in a text and to answer questions about key details in a text. The other literacy standard I'll be sharing with you is Standard 3. It is the same source as the previous one. With prompting and support, identify characters, settings, and major events in a story. To unpack this, I'll start with the concepts, which are in red, characters, settings, and major events. The skill is identify. The context is in a story, and the components are to identify characters in a story, identify settings in a story, and identify major events in a story. Today I'll be sharing lessons for Standard 3 with you for a few reasons. The Teach Now requirement asks that this standard we choose be at least 5 lessons. I felt like this unit would be a particularly long one. Teach Now also asks to include how the standard relates to literacy skills, so I thought this one already related to literacy skills pretty obviously. In addition, mastery of Standard 1 is required for Standard 3, and as you work through this unit, these skills move from lower to higher level of critical thinking skills. So on this slide, I share with you how I will split my unit up. And you can see that today I'll be sharing with you the first 3 lessons of the unit. And finally, as my 7th lesson, I will tie all the components together. So for lesson 1, I'll be explicitly teaching and then moving into guided practice of identifying characters in a story. Throughout this presentation, you can look to the top right and it shows you the unpacking and the components. So first we'll gather on the carpet to discuss what is a character. I'll ask the students what they think a character is, and let them share about their background experiences, and then I will explain to them what a character is. Next, I will address the blank chart on the board and add the Cars logo magnet. I'll ask students to share characters from the movie. As students give examples, they can come to me and I will give them the magnet of the corresponding character. For Cars, we have Lightning McQueen, Doc, Mater, and Sally. I'm going to repeat this step for Moana. We've got Moana, Pua, Hey Hey, and Maui. So next we're going to read the book Armadillo's Orange. I'll prompt the students to listen closely so that they can identify new characters. I'll be facilitating, which is the prompting and support part of the standard, by pausing after new characters are introduced and asking probing questions to the students if I don't get a response. So then we're going to add the characters from Armadillo's Orange in the same manner as Moana and Cars to the chart. We've got the armadillo, the jay, the rattlesnake, the tortoise, the green snake, and the bumblebees. So now we're moving on to lesson 2, individual and guided practice used as assessment means, and we're still looking at character here. We'll gather on the carpet to recall what a character is. We'll reference the examples from our previously made chart. We will listen to a recording of Brown Bear, What Do You See? Students will be grouped heterogeneously in groups of 3 to draw at least 3 characters from Brown Bear, What Do You See? Each student will be required to draw and color a different character than the other members of their group. During this time, a TA and I will be making note on paper of students who can successfully choose a character that is different from other 2 group members. Students who do not show mastery will have the opportunity to work directly with me or a TA after new stories are introduced and other students move on to the next component. After students are finished drawing and coloring, they will come to the carpet and we will add their characters onto our chart. We've got the brown bear, the red bird, the yellow duck, the blue horse, the green frog, the purple cat, the white dog, the black sheep, the goldfish, and the teacher. Lesson 3, we're moving on to setting, identifying settings in a story. First, we'll review what a character is, and then we'll discuss what is setting. Similarly to how we discussed what is character, I'll give the students the opportunity to share what they think it means, and then I'll share with them what it actually means. And then, next I will ask students to tell me what happened in each storybook. This will require summarizing skills, which aren't super developed at this time, but it is a level 2 skill on Bloom's taxonomy. Then we'll watch 2 short clips of Cars and Moana. Next, students will go back to their desk and draw pictures of the settings of either Cars, Moana, or Armadillo's Orange. I will split them into groups before moving to desks. Afterwards, they'll return to the carpet and add the pictures to the chart. For Cars, we've got the arena, the garage, and the road. For Moana, the cave, the beach, and the ocean. For Armadillo's Orange, we have the burrow and the orange grove. During the coloring activities, struggling students will be retaught the concept of character using a simpler story called Pete and His Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons. Using a color activity, they will move into setting with the same group, and I will be working directly with these students. For my gifted students, prior to breaking out into our groups, I will ask them to think about, why do you think we don't have a brown bear group? Now I'll be sharing with you the cross-curricular 21st century and moving forward points. So for cross-curricular, these students will be working on fine motor skills, literacy skills. They'll be identifying, which is a level 2 on Bloom's taxonomy, and memory recall, which is level 1. For 21st century skills, we have collaboration, audience practice, and contributing ideas in a group discussion. For moving forward, we'll be add a setting to the chart for a new story. We'll add a compare and contrast skill, because as the students read the new story, they will be looking at setting and character. And as we move into the main events component, students will have to identify characters and setting. They'll have to use sequencing skills, and they'll have to analyze the events in the story to determine if they are main, which will be level 4 in Bloom's taxonomy.
My inspiration's what you are to me. Inspiration, love to sing. Thanks to you, it will be done.